Speaking of prayers, Lefty. Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Stop the music real quick. All right. So, if you guys didn't know, Lefty Gunplay did get in a car accident, man. This is like the aftermath. Let's see. So that's his Corvette, dude. Dude.
So lucky to have minor injuries,
You know,
right? That's
yeah,
what they were saying.
yeah. Well, he broke some bones and a few injuries, but they said that he's gonna be able to perform in whatever tours he's still on. He's still gonna go and perform.
So
So
minor,
yeah, so it
maybe
should
a
be.
wrist or
Yeah,
something like
yeah, yeah, maybe a wrist, but he'll be good to perform and stuff.
Yeah,
But regardless, like I'm not gonna lie. So there's a lot of people that possibly go through stuff like this, and it's such a blessing that you get that second opportunity almost. You
yeah.
know?
I hope he sees it as that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. A lot of people are not gonna see it as that. They continue doing what they do, and it sucks. You know, because it's like we want the best for them. We want them to thrive, especially someone that is in his position where he's pretty much at the top of the game when it comes to rap at the moment. You know?
Yeah, I'm
You,
sure he means a lot to his moms.
yeah,
He's doing something.
yeah,
And he's making her life a little easier. So
yeah.
he's needed out there.
No, yeah,
To
he's
his
needed.
people. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
because I mean, if you really think about it, even though he gets clowned on a lot, you gotta give him credit where credit is due. Regardless whether you like him or not, he made it to a place where a lot of artists are never gonna make it to, and if they do, they won't do it the way that he did it.
Yeah,
They'll make
it's
it in their own
unique.
way.
It's his own. It's his way. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like because he did it with connections. If you really think about it, he started, going to back on Fig. He would go to Indicted.
And
So
that's what's
different.
up. It's like
Yeah,
sometimes it's best to do what you know.
yeah,
Go
and
through your connections.
so that to say like so he pretty much started with people learning about him and the way that he is, and that's when people started getting introduced to his music.
And believed in him.
Yeah, and believed in him and just wanted the best for him.
Right. Yeah.
He got in a Kendrick album, and all that stuff. But definitely a scary situation because just like that, people can lose lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Life is precious.
And from the looks of that car, that's
Dude. That's crazy.
that's insane.
Whatever.
The car burned the fuck down, and
It seemed like a self-inflicted, if a
like
accident.
he got in an accident.
Self-inflicted accident.
No, yeah, he got in an accident by himself. That's what it seemed like for sure. But it gives me that like what?
Sorry, and that's another thing that he's lucky on, because other person could have lost his life. Other person could have sued the shit out of him for being
Yeah.
who he is. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Different things could have happened in that moment, but maybe this was just God trying to give him a lesson. Maybe an eye opening for him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe something he's going through that he just has to figure it out or get thrown to the bottom.
Yeah.
Because if you see it in a spiritual way, it's probably different for
Yeah.
him. Maybe I don't know. Because you did say that he was going through something.
Yeah, well, he's been going through a lot. I mean, there's been videos of him, like at one point, I think I don't know who he was on, but he was at like a fan
That's
recorded him
right.
at a drive-through, and he was
Right.
asking for money, and I mean, he had well, I don't know his financial situations, but the next day he was with his team eating good and whatever. But in that moment, I'm thinking maybe he's using something and he's just out there and they lost him, or because if you remember a long time ago, he would say this in interviews. He would say that he likes to slip away from security and everyone and drive to the beach and go chill
alone.
and be alone and just think of the greatness that's coming to him.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe this was just one of those situations, but unfortunately, he's been fighting through a lot of things that they're just bringing him down.
Yeah.
And it just
Yeah.
sucks because we do know people like that, and it's the same thing with them. We love them, we want the best for them, and we want to keep telling them like, hey, like you're important to somebody. We need you here,
Yeah.
and it's just a sad situation.
Relapse after relapse.
Yeah, relapse after relapse, but at the same time, it's like I just hope but then again, I can't put myself in those shoes because I don't know what they're going through. But as someone that just sees it from the outside, like for me, it's just like I just hope they see this as a sign and want to do a change. You know, like willingly, like damn, you know, this could end my career. This could end my life. This could, end a lot.
Yeah. But, people are different because
Yeah.
sometimes they do get that situation. Like, let's say him. I don't know how he'll take it. But, you know, people that we wouldn't might know personally, we seen shit that happens in their life. And it's like, it
Yeah.
doesn't make a difference. It's
Yeah.
back to the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying like I understand exactly these scenarios, and that's why it's just it's sad. It's sad,
no, yeah. But, that's why we're there. Because, I mean, I understand it. I
Oh yeah, of
understand it
course.
to that point. So it's
Yeah.
like, man, I can't give up.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like that addiction, that feeling, that whatever you're chasing is stronger
Yeah.
than the love, because to you don't feel the love.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you're in your feelings, hurt and pain.
Yeah.
So what you feel is that, that feeling.
Yeah.
Instead of like, hey, I'm here for you, all you gotta do is stop. It's like, okay, it's easier said than done type
Yeah.
thing. So
No, yeah.
it's understandable, like chasing that
Mm-hmm.
than believing someone saying I love you, you
Yeah.
know.
No,
So
yeah,
it's
that's true.
but like people say, you really want to have to do the changes yourself,
Yeah.
because it's a game between yourself. It's you against you, and that's just really what it is. So
Yeah.
just praying for Lefty.
Yeah. Definitely prayers up for Lefty. Hopefully, he goes and just gets better. You know what I'm saying?